Welcome back to the Homesteaders channel. My name is Becky. I'm a homesteader in Central Florida, and I love to garden and I love to share everything I do here on my homestead. Today's video, I'm actually sharing what to grow in the month of April in Zone 9 here in Central Florida. It's officially spring and I'm loving the weather right now. It is getting a little bit hot in the afternoons, like between by 11 and by 2, 3, 4 o'clock. It is getting in the 80s, but we're still having sometimes 40s, sometimes 50s and 60 weather at night and in the early morning. So we're still having that spring weather. You hear all the birds chirping and it's been a beautiful spring. Everybody now here in Central Florida is probably soaking up the beautiful weather because we're just dreading when summer comes, which it will come quickly, and everything is going to be over 90 and the heat index is going to be over 100. But before that happens, we're definitely just taking advantage of what we can grow now in the month of April here in Central Florida. So at least we can start some seeds that will bring us great harvest before it gets too hot. So let's get into it with this video on what to grow in the month of April in Zone 9. So right now in Zone 9 in Central Florida, you can grow butterfly pea. It's a great thing to start. I mean, everything that I'm saying, you can start from seed, or you can get some start plants if you can find any and put them in the ground. Bush beans, pretty much all kinds of beans, southern beans, yard long beans, pole beans, bush beans. You can all start in the month of April. You can also start some corn and okra, which is, they're very hot weather crops. When it comes to greens, you can start Chinese cabbage. I still have some Chinese cabbage growing. I mean, you can start some seeds and plan on having some Chinese cabbage, but I would really have it in a place where it gets at least afternoon sun, doesn't get too much of the heat, as it is going to get hotter as we go into summer. So, but for now, you can, depends on your microclimate, you can start Chinese cabbage. You can start Swiss chard. It's a good one. Definitely gives especially if you do rainbow chard, gives your garden some color. Egyptian spinach, you can start. Malabar spinach is a good one. Jewels of Opar. You can also start Lagos spinach, are good greens to start in the month of April. When it comes to fruit, you can definitely start watermelon. A lot of people already have their tomatoes in. You can start tomatoes like these tomatoes on the back of me. These are Everglade tomatoes. They're very small looking tomatoes that you can start, and they're very abundant here. When it comes to bigger tomatoes, you can start them. Just know that try to find a variety where you can harvest them in a short amount of time, as it will get really hot. Right now we're having good, cool evening weather. For the ones who do have their tomato plants and are fruiting, you need those kind of lower temps, 60s and 70s, to have fruit. So definitely kind of pick and choose what tomatoes that you want, and be mindful that it will get hot soon. But you can definitely start tomatoes. You can also start Roselle hibiscus. A lot of people here in Central Florida are starting those. I last year went to a Roselle hibiscus pick, and that was amazing. So that really inspired me to grow as much Roselle hibiscus in the future, because I definitely use a lot of it. So Roselle hibiscus is a good thing to start in April. You can start loofah. Loofah is a great crop to start right now in April. Just be mindful that loofah is very viney. You will have an abundant amount of loofahs, especially if you have bees, like a beehive. You're gonna get lots of loofah just because the bees will go crazy. This trellis used to be loofah and it went all the way up. It took a while to get it out, so just know that it will go crazy. But loofah is a great crop to grow. It's a multi-purpose crop. You can go ahead and obviously eat loofah and harvest it a little bit younger, or you can wait until it gets brown and dry and make your own sponge. I do have a video of how to make your own sponge, sponge using loofah, and I'll link that in the description. But loofah is a great thing to start in the month of April. Chayote is a great thing to start. Any bitter melon or any bottled gourds is good to start in the month of April. You can start peppers, hot peppers as well. In the month of April, you can also start herbs, all types of herbs. Basil, lemongrass is a good one, lemon balm. You can start thyme, chives, parsley. Parsley likes a little bit cooler, but it's still good. You can still plant parsley, rosemary, all the herbs. It's good to start in the month of April here in Central Florida. You can also start moringa. This is my moringa, one of my moringa trees. I cut it back and now it's growing so fast. Moringa grows really quickly, but you can definitely go ahead and start moringa from seed now in April. And right before I keep going, just if you can, do me a favor. If you're getting any value when in this video, definitely give me a like and a share, and tell your friends and comment on my video. It definitely helps me get more people out there growing, get more people looking at my videos, so we can build a community of people who are growing food for themselves, being self-sufficient, and just learning little skills. You don't have to be a homesteader to do these things, and I just feel like the more people that we can reach, the better I think the world will be. So definitely do that for me, and let's get back to the video. Now when it comes to perennials like moringa, you can also start cassava, some more perennials. Chaya is a great thing to plant now in April. You can plant it in your food forest, great crop. You can also plant cranberry hibiscus. You can plant longevity spinach. It's a great one. Like I said, moringa earlier. You can start passion fruit in April. If you have a pineapple plant or you want to start a pineapple, you can do so now in April. Sugarcane is a great one. Okinawa spinach. You can start longevity spinach, and ginger and turmeric are great things to start in the month of April. One of my favorites you can start in April is sweet potatoes. Definitely start sweet potato. You can make your own sweet potato slips, or you can buy them. I have a great video on how to grow sweet potatoes. I'll link that also in the description. Start Jerusalem artichokes. You can start jicama. Now when it comes to flowers in the month of April, you can start a lot of flowers. You can start my favorite, zinnias, and it's a really great flower for beginners. You can start cosmos. I actually have some cosmos and zinnias under my grow lids right now, and some sunflowers. Sunflowers is a great flower to start now in April. You can start celosia. They're really pretty. You can start wildflowers. You can just get a pack of wildflower seeds and just throw them and see if they pop up. That's a great thing to do a little project, especially if you have kids. Marigolds are great flowers to start. Tropical sage. You can start salvia, and also amaranth are great flowers to start here in zone 9 in the month of April. Now it's too late to start some things in April, like onions. In back of me are onions, and they're actually bulbing right now. They're looking pretty good, and I'll harvest them in about a month or a month and a half from now. But it's too late to start onions. It's too late to start garlic, so don't start those. And it's too late to start anything that is a cool weather crop, like garlic, like onions, like broccoli. It's just too hot right now, unless you have a really shady area where you can plant these things and they won't get full sun or a lot of sun. Probably won't grow as big, or it probably will be very slow to grow, but you can always try to experiment. I actually have lettuce growing underneath my banana trees right now. I'll show you that, and it's pretty cool. I didn't plant that, it just replanted itself. And it's growing well because underneath the bananas, it's kind of like its own little microclimate in there, and the bananas shield it from the heat and the hot sun beaming on it. But like I said in multiple videos before, microclimates, it all depends. So you can experiment and see what works, But everything that I said in this video now is a for sure thing that you can start in the month of April. So definitely get starting seeds and start planting them now for the month of April so you can have a great harvest this year. And definitely add some flowers. I mean, I gave you a good amount of flowers to start with. Now, if you're new at flowers, definitely out of all of that I listed, start with zinnias, start with sunflowers. Super easy, no effort whatsoever, and they just love the sun and the heat. So they're really easy to grow. So definitely put those in between your vegetables, just for the bees and just because it's just beautiful. I'll leave all resources in the description box below. And if you're new here, please subscribe if you haven't. And if you're a homesteader here in Central Florida or anywhere else, I have a blog that I definitely write and give a lot of more tips on there. And I'm also really trying to build my community of similar like-minded people like myself, and my newsletter is a place where I'm starting to connect. So if you're interested in that, I will definitely leave that link in the description box. Definitely join the 2,000 other people that I have on there, and we just kind of get to know each other and definitely build a community when it comes to homesteading. So it's super important. Community is great. I hope all these tips helped you of what, or give you ideas of what to grow in the month of April. So happy April, happy spring, happy gardening, all the things. I hope you have a great and abundant harvest this spring. Let me know in the comments below where you're growing and what you're excited to grow in the month of April. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay well, friends.